If I had to describe Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny in one word, it would be unfucking necessary. Having said that, the same still goes for Stephen and George's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which came out over 15 years ago, and to this day, a lot of people still consider Indiana Jones a trilogy, with The Last Crusade being the only movie to give the character a proper send-off. For some, the horror of the Crystal Skull remains.
Oh God! Somebody do something! Why are they doing this? They're just taking Indiana Jones and they're raping him! I can't watch! Let's get out of here, Kyle!
And whether you continue to find it to be the worst, or now see Disney's release of the Dial of Diarrhea to be the least favorable, can be justified either way. But I'm here to state my case as to why the most recent addition to the franchise is currently the most inferior. So have your ticket ready in hand, because I'm about to punch it.
No ticket.
When looking at the Dial of Destiny, it's important to ask, what did it accomplish? Well, as far as I can tell, nothing. Nothing the Crystal Skull didn't do already, but worse. Both movies end with Junior.
Don't call me that, please.
Indy settling down with Marion, again. But one improved difference would be how the Crystal Skull implied the torch of Indy's legacy would continue burning on through his son, and doesn't conclude the story with him and Marion in a low-rent single-bedroom apartment. Now, you tell me, which of these two scenes looks more depressing? This brings up another problem. Why does Indiana Jones, a college professor and archaeologist for over 40 years, live in a rented substandard housing structure? I'd expect this from a shitty YouTuber who makes bad reviews, but someone of his caliber seems more than unlikely. Then let's look at Helena, Indy's goddaughter, who was rumored to take Indy's place at the end of the movie, which thankfully didn't happen and just turned out to be false rumors. Regardless, this didn't stop her from the annoying habit of being conveniently placed to be the one who saves Indy when he's about to die or do something stupid like stay behind and alter history.
He needs to go home. There is medicine at home. He cannot die here. He can't.
Helena, get on the plane. I need to do this.
Me too.
Thus making her the bigger hero. And I don't know about you, but this is not how I wanted Indy's last adventure to end. Those are just some of the strikes against this movie based on just one film that came before it. And if we look back even further, we can see more transgressions against Indy's character that were established in the original trilogy. I'm going to start with the most obvious, which is his newfound fear of bugs. What in the actual goat fuck? How did the actual people who write this make a reference toward the romance scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, but they didn't know Indy only has one fear in life, and it's not spiders, it's not bugs, it's not even fear itself. It's...
snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Wouldn't this have been better if he just walked through while Helena was the only one who freaked out, and he came out on the other side wondering what the hell was her problem? Anyway, the next one is more subtle and happens during the lead up to Indy's explanation for the death of his son, at which point he says this.
Oh, wait. Now you believe the dial has magical powers?
I don't believe in magic, Wombat. But a few times in my life I've seen things. Things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe, as how hard you believe it.
I mean, he has literally experienced voodoo magic firsthand, and all the other films have shown him using artifacts with extraordinary powers to fight Germans, cultists, Russians, and now he just seems so unsure of everything. Like maybe the things he's seen could have been parlor tricks.
It's another one of their tricks!
Maybe the word magic is a bit too childish, sure, but considering this is a world where Judaism, Hinduism, and Christianity are all the right religions, then you'd expect he'd be more open to things beyond his comprehension. Moving on, one of the many low points for Indy's character was his fighting. It's understandable he is struggling with his age, being played by an 80-year-old actor pretending to be a 70-year-old, and it would be naive to think he would be as capable as he once was. But the writers have used his age to forsake Indy's fighting skills altogether. Indiana Jones was once the embodiment of a square-jawed action hero at the peak of his physical prime. Someone who knew how to throw a punch and take one too. But that's all gone now. Well, Junior?
I told you! Don't call me Junior.
It's really hard to say the Dial of Destiny breaks the legacy of Indiana Jones when Stephen and George already did it themselves with the making of the Crystal Skull, although it has arguably aged better over time, but the initial release in 2008 created the most intense backlash, and one big reason for this was its attempt to introduce aliens, which at the very least the premise of Aliens isn't so ridiculous in 2023. Despite this, the Dial of Destiny did not help, and only plunged their farewell for the character into a depressing, unwelcomed mess. My prediction for this movie is it will slowly fade away from the dollar bins of physical media outlets, from the collective memory of the people it was trying to appease, and will be buried alongside the reputation of Kathleen Kennedy and those like her who are responsible for the destruction of Lucasfilms. And to quote Fraser Crane, "These are tyrants concerned more with the exercise of power than of justice. I can only take solace in knowing that they will end up in the same place as all tyrants."
On the ash heap of history!
If you made it this far into the video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because let me tell you what happens if you don't.
We are going to die!